Is there a critique here, implicit or not, at least, that we as a country have gone too far in the direction of the so-called STEM?
I don't think it's so much that we've gone too far, because many could argue we still haven't gone far enough. The performance of students in our school systems in STEM subjects is not yet the wonder of the world. It's that by focusing on one part of the problem, we've forgotten that actually the problem requires a balanced solution. The person who authored the report that the whole concept of STEM came out of, Norm Augustine, was on our commission. And they say it was never their view that STEM alone made for an educated person, let alone even an educated scientist.
One thing how do you define or measure the problem?
I have always felt that studying the humanities and the arts at the college level just put me into the habit of learning that's really defined my life in all sorts of ways. Humanities is not being attacked. It's not a terrible political football, which is always a great danger because people have different belief systems, but it is being simply neglected. There is an imbalance.
Huge cost of college.
That's right.
The dim job prospects in this economy, which we report on all the time. How do you look parents and teachers in the eye and say, you must have some place for the humanities as well, while there's a focus on jobs, practical matters?
Well, I actually think the burden really falls on educators to educate people about the meaning and value of education. I'm not sure we've done a good enough job making that case. We need to remind the world that what makes a person successful are not the things that get you a job the day you graduate. When people end up being able to lead successful and creative lives, it's typically because they had a very broad range of skills that they were able to use in versatile and opportunistic ways as life unfolded. So you shouldn't prepare yourself too narrowly. You think you're being prudent. It's better to develop more parts of yourself, more different skills and abilities to be prepared for the chances of life.
Super pragmatism kicks in, and it's easy to lose track of the value of this. And
you used the word invest a number of times in this report.
That's right.
But invest what?
I don't think money is the first thing we need. The first thing we need is for people who know and care about the value of literacy, the value of understanding foreign countries, the value of leading the kind of spiritual life you can get through the acquaintance with philosophy and literature things. I don't find this a hard case to make when you speak to people. It's been a while since anybody has tried to wake people up to how much they already do know and care about these things.
But when you try to make it concrete, is there a specific example that you found you would say, here's something we could do specifically to help this?
Carl Eichenberry is a member of our commission, former ambassador of Afghanistan.
And general. Mm-hmm.
And one of the final segments of the report is all about this global world we live in and how essential it is for us to have a good sense of other cultures, foreign languages. Mm-hmm. The study of foreign languages has diminished in importance.
That's right.
People simply making the assumption, well, English is the common denominator language of the world, so why bother? Mm-hmm. This is very wrong-headed.
Our group has been amazing. We all do different things for a living, and we've all taught each other how we understand this issue, and we've all learned from each other how they see it. But the day Carl Eichenberry looked at us and said, if you've been a general, you know that weapons are the least effective weapon in your security arsenal. If you don't know anything about cultures, if you don't know anything about histories, foreign languages, you're going to find yourself in places where all the weapons in the world can't solve the problems you went there to solve.